My mom sat us down like it was Christmas morning. Then she handed out $31 million in inheritance folders. My brother got the company. My sister got the lake house. My little brother got 3 luxury cars. I opened mine and got a cashier's check for $50,000 and a note that said, "For your years with our family." She'd ordered us home weeks earlier. March 15th, too sharp, no excuses. I drove up from Milwaukee thinking this was about my dad's heart scare. I didn't expect my own mother to unmake me. We met in the old study. The grandfather clock ticked like a warning. Mom stood behind dad's chair. She handed out the same leather portfolio to everyone. When she reached me, she paused for a blink, then slid mine across. My brother opened his folder and whistled. "The whole company?" My sister gasped. "The mansion?" My little brother grinned. "A Bentley, a Ferrari, and the Mustang?" Nobody looked at me. Dad muttered, "Time to pass things on," while staring at the wall behind me. I opened my folder. Inside was one sheet and a cashier's check for $50,000. The typed line read, "For your years with our family." I flipped the folder anyway. Still nothing. Then I asked, "Where's the rest?" Mom's face turned cold and careful. "There's something we should have told you," she said, and then she finished. "You were adopted at 3 months old." After that, everything moved in slow motion. My brother's folder hit the desk. My sister grabbed her husband's arm. My little brother went pale. I looked at Dad, waiting for him to stop this. He swallowed and said, "The trust is blood only." I said, "So you all knew?" And Mom replied, "The lawyers required it." My brother tried. "He's our brother." But Mom snapped, "Not by blood." Then she looked at me and said, "You were never really one of us, and that check should help you transition." My little brother hissed, "Blood doesn't make family." And Mom answered, "The law disagrees." My hands shook so hard I couldn't close the folder. I stood up anyway and said, "Get out." Mom blinked like I'd slapped her. "Excuse me?" I repeated it. "Get out. I need 5 minutes in the life you just set on fire." They left. Dad paused at the door and whispered, "We did love you." I couldn't answer. I drove back to Milwaukee and told my girlfriend, "I'm adopted." She held me while I cracked. The next morning, grief burned out and left rage behind. I hired a private investigator and told him, "Find my truth." He traced the adoption to an old lawyer in Philadelphia. The man pulled a thick file and read it out loud. "Baby boy, born September 1992, mother listed as Penelope Vance, 19. Then he hesitated and added, "There were cash payments $50,000 in 1992. Someone wanted it quiet." 2 weeks later, my investigator called. "Your birth mother died 5 years ago," he said, "but she left a letter. Your biological father is Graham Kane, the billionaire shipping tycoon." I met Kane in a glass tower in Chicago and saw my face aged 30 years. Same eyes. He didn't deny it and said, "I panicked and paid her, paid the adoption, and hoped money would erase it." I asked about the contract with my adoptive family, and he admitted, "They needed my deal, and I needed updates on you." Then the real reason for that meeting finally snapped into place. My adoptive mother had figured out who Kane was. She threatened to expose him unless he made sure I'd never have a claim to either family's money. So she didn't hide the truth to protect me. She hid it to control me. And when she got what she wanted, she threw me out. I stood up. "I'm not your secret anymore." Kane went pale. "My oldest son is running for office," he said. "This will destroy him." I said, "You should have told the truth before I had to." We struck a deal. No headlines. He told his wife and kids. His wife met me with a tired nod and said, "I suspected." 6 months later, Kane's company pulled the contract. My adoptive family's business collapsed. Mom called sobbing. "You ruined us." I said, "You did that first," and hung up. My siblings came to me separately, ashamed and furious at her. I didn't cut them off. They hadn't been the knife. They'd just been forced to hold it. I never cashed that $50,000 check. I framed it. It hangs in my office beside a baby photo and a small plaque. "Truth costs more than lies." Last month, I changed my last name. Not for money, for accuracy. My adoptive mother sent a cease and desist about using their name, and my half-brother's law firm replied with a photo of my new driver's license. The best revenge wasn't taking their fortune. It was taking my life back. It felt better than any trust fund.